This video is an overview of how to set up the Intex 5,680 liters per hour filter pump. The pump is intended for use with 549 centimeters above ground pools.
If your pool comes with an Intex saltwater system, please refer to the DVD packaged with that system for instructions.
Setting up your pump is simple and easy. However, it is important to read and follow all the instructions and recommendations in your owner's manual. Failure to do so could result in injury or product damage. Please follow these recommendations when setting up your filter pump. The pump should be as far from the pool as the hoses will allow. Your pool must be at least 3.5 meters from the electrical outlet. Do not turn the pump on unless the pool is filled with water to the proper level. Do not operate the pump when there are people in the pool. The pump electrical cord must be able to reach a GFCI or RCD protected electrical outlet without using an extension cord. Follow the instructions in the manual to test the equipment using the GFCI or RCD buttons on the plug. Do not use the pump if the outlet is not functioning properly. Disconnect the power cord until the fault has been identified and corrected.
Locate the plunger valve assemblies and unscrew the plunger valves from the large threaded connectors and set them aside. There are two holes in the wall of the pool, a higher one on your left as you face the pool and a lower one on your right. Start with the strainer basket and unscrew the large nut, leaving the flat rubber washer on the connector. From inside the pool, insert the connector through the lower hole in the pool wall. The flat washer goes between the connector and the inside wall. From outside the pool, screw the large nut back onto the threaded strainer basket connector. Make sure it is as tight as possible using fingers only. Do not use any tools. With the step washer in place inside the plunger valve, screw the plunger valve back onto the threaded strainer basket connector. Close the plunger valve by turning the handle clockwise. Repeat the process with the other assembly, the inlet jet. Unscrew the large nut, leaving the flat rubber washer on the connector. From inside the pool, insert the connector through the upper hole in the pool wall. The flat washer goes between the connector and the inside wall. From outside the pool, screw the large nut back onto the connector. Make sure it is as tight as possible using fingers only. With the step washer in place inside the plunger valve, screw the plunger valve back onto the threaded inlet jet connector. Close the plunger valve by turning the handle clockwise. Begin by putting just enough water in the pool to cover the bottom of the liner. Check to see how the water spreads across the liner. If the pool is level, it will spread evenly. Smooth out the wrinkles in the bottom of the liner by carefully pushing out the sides of the pool as shown. Once that is done, resume filling the pool. The pool walls will rise as the pool fills with water. When the pool is properly filled, the pool bottom will be wider than the inflated ring and will be equally wide at all points around the pool. Make sure to fill your pool only to the bottom of the inflated ring. Overfilling the pool can cause it to collapse, which may result in property damage or personal injury. If the pool has been filled beyond the inflated ring, open the drain to reduce the amount of water in the pool, then recheck that the pool is level. Place the filter pump midway between the two plunger valves, with the pump's hose connectors facing your pool. Position the pump as far from the pool as the hoses will allow, so it cannot be used to climb into the pool. Lay out the two hoses between the plunger valves and the pump. Slide one end of the hose on the left onto the upper plunger valve and secure it with the attached hose nut. Attach the other end of this hose to the bottom of the filter housing. Next, slide one end of the hose on the right to the lower plunger valve and secure it with the attached hose nut. Attach the other end of this hose to the motor inlet port and tighten the hose nut. Check to be sure that all the hose nuts are tight with the hoses properly secured. Do not over-tighten. Double check that both plunger valves have been turned clockwise to the closed position. To see that the filter cartridge is properly installed, remove the filter housing collar with a counterclockwise rotation and set it aside. Opening the air release valve on the top of the cover will make it easier to remove. Lift the cover. Check the filter. Carefully replace the O-ring, the cover, and the filter housing collar. It should be hand tightened only. Close the top air release valve. Also close the sediment valve at the bottom of the filter housing. It is important to purge air trapped in the hoses and pump, or water will not flow through the system. Refer to the manual for complete instructions for releasing trapped air. With the pump off, open the plunger valves to let water into the system. To prevent airlock, open the lower plunger valve first and then the upper plunger valve. To open the valves, turn the plunger valve handles counterclockwise till they stop. Then, open the air release valve on top of the filter tower. When water flows out, gently tighten the air release valve finger tight. Plug the electric cord into the GFCI or RCD outlet. The power switch on the back of the pump has 3 positions.
The left position is on, designated by the horizontal line.
The center position is off, designated by the circle. And the right position is the timer, designated by the clock. Set the power switch to the left position to turn the pump on. Water should be flowing into the pool from the upper connector, the inlet jet. Note that you can adjust the direction of the inlet jet by hand. Be sure to check the filtration chart in the manual for the recommended number of hours to run your filter. If water is not flowing, air may be trapped between the motor and the pool. Open the air release valve above the filter housing and gently shake the hoses up and down. Close the air release valve. The power switch timer position gives you the option to run the pump automatically for a set number of hours at the same time each day. To use the timer, set the timer dial to the desired number of hours. Check the manual for the recommended number of hours for your pool. Press the clock icon for the timer mode on the right side of the power switch at the hour of the day you would like the pump to operate. Leave the power switch set to the clock icon and the pump will operate at the same hour of the day every day for the number of hours set by the timer dial. Turn the power switch to the center or off position to stop the timer. The filter cartridge will clean effectively for about 2 weeks. At that time, check to see if it needs to be replaced. If your cartridge is dirty or brown in color, try spraying it clean with a garden hose. If it cannot be rinsed off easily, the filter should be replaced with cartridge number 29000 marked A. With proper care and maintenance, your filter system will give you years of clean, fresh water.